You ready for therapy, Willie? Are you ready for therapy, buddy? Are you ready? What do you think about therapy, You think everybody should go to therapy?
Hey guys, welcome back to the Asian Persuasion channel. Welcome back to another therapy day. It's therapy day. Yes, this is one of my favorite days because I enjoy talking about mental health. I enjoy spreading awareness about mental health and, getting to know people, getting to know how people, cope with life. It's always nice to ask somebody how they're doing and not get that typical, I'm doing okay type of answer, You know what I mean? But, yeah, we have Sir Willie here. Sir Willington. Sir Willie, what do you think about therapy, bud? What do you think about therapy? That's the man, the myth, the legend right there, boys. That's the man, the myth, the legend, alright? Alright, so we're going to be heading to therapy here soon. I got to finish up getting ready. So, I'll see you on the road. I'll see you on the road, fellas. Hey guys, we're back in the car. Welcome back. We're headed to therapy. We're headed to the office, actually. I hope everybody's having a great day. Welcome back to another therapy sesh. Spent some time with Willie. Had a nice stream this morning. Definitely a big shout out to the 2 new subscribers this morning. I greatly appreciate you guys. And back to mental health. Mental health can be a very tricky thing, and it's a very uncomfortable thing to talk about. People don't like talking about mental health just because it does make them feel uncomfortable. But it should be talked about more, especially with men, especially in today's age and society, the way the world is. It's so hard out there, all the prices are skyrocketing, things are getting harder to afford. It's tough. And people deal with mental health in so many different ways, I deal with mine through smoking weed. A lot of people deal with theirs through just playing video games or going to the gym, having some sort of type of outlet, It's a tough thing to cope with, especially if you deal with so many different things like depression, anxiety, chronic stuff like I do, It's kind of nuts. It's kind of nuts, The mind is a powerful place, and it's a powerful thing, What you consume is important, whether it's media, whether it's socials, whether it's YouTube, whatever it is, what you put in your mind is very important. It affects you, affects your mental, and the way you think affects your mental too, But it's a cloudy day, guys. It's one of those days that you just want to curl up in bed and go back to sleep. Speaking of sleep, I did take a little nap before therapy today. So that was nice. I took a little rest. Therapy is a little bit late today. It's at 3. It's about 2:30 now, so we have a little bit of time. Maybe I'll start up a stream, maybe depending on how much time we have once we get there. I really appreciate the support. And I don't care about the numbers. I don't care about, how many subscribers we have, how many views we get, all those things. I really don't care. I do YouTube for fun. It's an outlet for me to be social, and have a good time with the boys, play some games, smoke with some people, have good conversations, stuff like that. And that's really what it's about, And, I'm not gonna judge you, if you do other things other than weed, I'm not gonna judge you, but I will say, be careful. Hard drugs are a dangerous thing, and You know, like I told one of my viewers this morning, I'm like, dude, you know, I'm not gonna judge you, but, you know, just be careful. I don't need somebody else overdosing on something, you know? That's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer, guys. But yeah. Look, the sun's peeking out, guys. The sun's trying to peek out. The sun's trying to peek out, y'all. Yeah. Look at this Audi in front of me. This Audi A7. I want an R8. I want an R8. That's what I want. That's my dream car right there. An Audi R8 or R7 RS. A7 RS. Something like that. I don't know. I don't know that much about cars, you know? I only know a little bit. I only know a little bit, fellas. But how's everybody doing today, you know? How are you doing, you know? Answer that honestly. You know, don't give me the bull, don't give me the BS answer of, oh, I'm doing good, oh, I'm doing okay, you know? How are you really doing? Because a lot of us give that, you know, short, that easy answer of I'm good, I'm okay, I'm alright, you know. But some days you're just really not feeling it. Some days you are kind of down, you know. Some days you are kind of like, my mentor isn't all there today, you know. Sometimes it be like that, you know, and it's okay to admit that, you know. We all have good days, we all have bad days, we all have days we just feel like we want to disappear. You know, sometimes that happens. Sometimes that happens, you know. We may be a little early, fellas. We may be a little early. It's only 2:30. We're going to have a few minutes. Not long enough to have a smoke stream or a therapy stream, but long enough to have this video, you know. It's not a bad day. Tomorrow's back on the grind, guys. Tomorrow's back to work. 3:15 in the morning. Some people don't know how I do it, but you get used to it, guys. You get used to it. You know, one big thing that I've learned through therapy and through, like, you know, struggling with mental health and stuff like that is that, you know, you have to put in the work, you know, for therapy. You have to put in the work. It's not your therapist's life that they're working on. It's not their life that they're working on. It's yours, you know? It's your life that you're working on. You're working on yourself. They aren't working on you. You're working on yourself, you know? And that's the thing, if you're not willing to put in the work, it's not gonna work. You know? Or at least if you don't take anything away from it, like, if you don't actually step into your feelings and step into the places that, you know, you feel uncomfortable with, you're never gonna grow, you know? And you have to do that. You have to get uncomfortable to be comfortable. I don't know if that makes sense, but you do. You know, you have to be uncomfortable to be comfortable. You know, like last week we were talking about peace existing within pain, because I deal with a lot of chronic pain. I deal with a lot of chronic issues, chronic fatigue, you know, stuff like that. And, you know, finding peace in pain is a hard thing to do, because pain is different for everybody. It's a very personal thing. Pain is. Cheers to my nicotine smokers. It's a bad habit. If you don't smoke nicotine, don't start now. I will say that. Don't start now. It's one of those things that if you start smoking nicotine now, you'll get addicted, guys. You'll get addicted. Some people are like, oh, that's cool. I'm like, nah. Don't do it. Don't do it. Some people threaten to smoke nicotine. I'm like, nah. Don't do it. Don't do it. You know? I try to be a good influence, but sometimes that doesn't always work, you know? Sometimes being a good influence, you know, people, you can't help what people do, you know? You can't help what people mimic from you, you know? If they mimic you and they follow what you do and stuff like that, then you can't help that. The only thing you can do is set by example, which, you know, right now I'm not really setting a good example. But it is what it is. It is what it is, you know. Alright guys, I'll see you when we get parked, alright? We got a few minutes. I'll see you when we get parked. Alright, you see it. We're here. We're here, guys. We're gonna park next to this Honda, I think. We're gonna park in between the Honda and the Ford. Yeah. Oh, we put her in park. We're supposed to put her in reverse. Whoops. I was like, why isn't she going? There we go. How much better can you get than that? How much better parking can you get than that? She's in the lines, boys. She's in the lines. How do you like that? How do you like that, huh? We're still in reverse. I almost forgot about the reverse, guys. I almost forgot about the reverse. It's okay. It's okay. It's alright. It's alright. But like, back to mental health, back to what we were talking about, you know. I'm currently seeing my EMDR therapist. I think I've gone through EMDR with you guys. It's eye desensitization, where they take you through trauma. You know, I've talked about this stuff on stream. You guys know what it is. You guys know, you know, the things that we talk about in EMDR. It's very deep. It's very deep. You know, I almost thought I didn't have the mic on there for a second. I do that all the time. I forget about the mic. But yeah, you know, therapy days are really just shooting the crap. You know, it's really just getting things off your chest, talking about life, you know, being self-aware of where your mind state's at. You know, that's what therapy really is. It's being self-aware of you, your actions, taking accountability. You know, that's really what therapy is about. Taking accountability for your actions, taking accountability for what you do, how you feel, you know, things like that, and getting to the root issue of those things, right? But that's our therapy day video today, guys. I'm gonna leave you off with that. Make sure you like and subscribe if you like the content. If you like today's video, leave a comment down below. Do you deal with mental health issues? How do you cope with them? You know, if you feel comfortable sharing, let me know down below. I'm always open for discussion about these things, guys. If you're going through something or you are having a rough day, you know, you want to talk to somebody, come to the Asian. Come to the Asian. I am welcome to talk to anybody. I don't care what time it is. You can always reach out. You know, if you're having one of those days, you know, and you're feeling a little rash, come talk to me first. We can have a smoke sesh. You know, we can have a little one-on-one talk about things. You know, we'll figure things out. You know, all right. But have a great day, guys. Stay safe, stay high, stay real, and I'll catch you on the next one, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.